Okay, this is beginning. Okay, I think I'm ready. Today's video will be slightly different to what I've shared with you before. I'll be telling you just a few of the lessons I learned during my decade and a half within the world of work. Hopefully, in sharing my stories, I'll be able to help you make sense of that complicated thing called work. If it's your first time here, I'm Natasha from Bright Sprout Consulting, and I'm a career and life coach. My goal is to help individuals feel more confident in the world of work. If you want to build your confidence and you're interested in knowing how, please feel free to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications to be updated of any new content, because I'll be sharing my top tips for how to do that. Like many other young people out there, when I started my career as an HR professional, I was fresh out of university. And at university, they taught me to think and view the world in a very specific way, in a very absolute way. Things were either right or wrong, black or white, with very little in between. But it's not as simple as that. The world of work is filled with so many grey areas, so much more than my lecturers led me to believe. It's very murky, and sometimes it's difficult to make sense of it. My parents were old school, and they instilled in me the belief that if you worked super hard, you'd always be rewarded for the work that you do, and that only those who deserve it would get ahead. It took me many frustrating years to realize that that's not always how it works. That just because you work hard doesn't mean that you'd be recognized for that work. I'm sure many of you can think of examples of individuals who you believe are not as skilled or hardworking as they need to be for the jobs that they're in. I'm sure you're even wondering how they got there. All I'm going to say is, don't hate the player, hate the game. Because as hard as it is for me to admit, playing the political game gets you places. I resisted playing the political game for a long time because I wanted to be that person that was recognized for the quality of my work, and not because of the people that I knew. I somehow felt like I was being deceitful in some way, that I would have to change who I am fundamentally to build these connections and relationships with people that could help my career progress. I'm not sure when it happened, but at some point I had a light bulb moment. I realized that I didn't have to be deceitful if I wanted to play the political game. Nor did I have to pretend to be someone I'm not if I build strategic relationships with individuals that I believe could progress my career. Reframing it helped me immensely. It helped me to play the political game while still being authentic and true to myself. Another thing I maybe realized a bit too late in my career is that it's a dog-eat-dog world out there. That every day you go to work with individuals that feel as though they are playing the Hunger Games with you and will probably stomp on your carcass to get ahead. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that that will never be you, that you're a person of integrity. I know, because I thought the same thing. But the reality is, at some point in your career, you will prioritize yourself, and you will tramp on your unsuspecting colleague to get ahead. Don't feel bad. It doesn't make you a terrible person. I like to think of it like this. It's about survival of the fittest. If a lion were chasing you and your friend, best believe you will try and outrun them so that they eat your friend. The same is true within the world of work. The sooner you realize that you are a participant in the Hunger Games, the better for your mental health. The final lesson that I want to share with you is to appreciate time in the saddle. When I was in the corporate world of work, I was fairly ambitious. I wanted to be the head honcho in charge, and I wanted to get there quickly. But there were a number of line managers that held me back. And if I think back now, I realize that I would have crashed and burned had it not been for those line managers. Because there were some skills that I would have lacked going into a position I wasn't ready for. There would have been experiences I would have missed had I left too soon. Appreciate time in the saddle. It gives you perspective that you won't have if you move on too quickly. We've come to the end of our video today. I hope that in me sharing some of the lessons I've learned, that it helps you make sense of the grey and murky world of work. As mentioned earlier, I am a career and life coach. If you want to build your confidence and you're looking for someone to walk that path with you, please feel free to reach out. All of my details will be in the description box below.